Today, we need to have a serious talk about safety in ham radio, especially POTA. And a warning, the videos I'm going to show you might be disturbing, but I think it's important you watch this to understand how serious safety is in ham radio.
This is ham radio. Can't for any agent decisions. Inform BFR. I hear you loud and clear. So what?
I'm Jim, N4BFR, the lead instructor at Ham Radio Prep. Along with our World Radio League team members, we try to keep safety in mind in the things we do. For instance, when James worked on a tower, we covered the safety gear we used.
Now the good thing is I've got my harness, so as I get up, once I actually get to the spot where I'm gonna be working, I can lock myself in.
And when I went shooting a tennis ball launcher in my new yard, I had power lines in mind.
I have looked long and hard and made sure that there are no other wires or power lines that I could possibly get into here in my backyard. So I'm not shooting anything near any power lines.
Unfortunately, it's not a message everyone wants to hear. Some commenters seem to think we have an obsession with safety. We don't. We just want to reinforce the common sense things that people should consider. Additionally, we keep a focus on people new to the ham radio hobby. So we expect some of these concepts to reach new people with every video we produce. We're glad to have a large group of hams supporting us with our Ham Radio Prep and World Radio League platforms. We particularly have a lot of followers who like to do POTA. And let me tell you a story about one. This newer ham is a big POTA fan, with more than 50 activations since the summer of 2025, and those were scattered across more than a dozen parks. That's a lot of setup and teardown. Recently, they went to a familiar park to get in an early shift activation. As the sun came up, they raised the mast of a vertical antenna sitting on a mesh ground plane. It was a routine they'd practiced dozens of times, but this time, something went terribly wrong.
What was that?
Every year we hear about deaths from POTA operators who just end up in the wrong scenario at the wrong time. Here's one that wasn't hard to find from July 2025. If things like this continue to happen, maybe we're not going overboard on safety. Maybe we're not talking about it enough. Luckily for our friend from the December activation, he wasn't hurt, at least physically. The sudden electrical burst destroyed the radio and the ground plane blanket. It put a hole through the mast and completely severed the end of the coax. We're sure he'd rather have $1,500 worth of equipment damage than potentially something worse. Now, he could have posted this video himself and suffered a little embarrassment. But for him in this case, it's not about the clicks or the online buzz. He asked us to share this so it can start a bigger conversation on safety. And here's what he wrote me. Bottom line, the video needs to help everyone, not just new operators, to remember to be safe. I'm alive and thankful God gave me another chance, and I want to help share. So here's the message from one ham to you. Think more about safety. Look up every time you raise an antenna or shoot a line or do anything near any kind of power. Have discussions with your friends about safety. In fact, we kept this video to less than 5 minutes so you can share it in your club meetings. Because your old and new members need to know what one brief lapse in thinking about safety can do. We thank him for trusting us to share this with you, and we thank you for watching. From your friends at Ham Radio Prep and World Radio League, go start a conversation on safety. Remember, be safe yourself, and we'll see you next time.
We've helped over 60,000 students get their US FCC amateur radio license, and we can help you too, no matter your age or educational background. Go to www.hamradioprep.com and try a free lesson today.